Hello everyone and welcome to Oracle Insight. My name is Flora. Now today's reading we are going to be doing our usual pick a card reading for a yes or no answer to a question you have mulling over in your head at the moment. Before we get started on that, if any of you have a particular reading that you would like to have me do, then I encourage you to write that in the comments section below so I can get an idea of what it is that you would like to see. So now on with our reading, which by the way, I intend to keep within the 5 to 7 minute mark. So the options in front of you are 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead, bring that question that you have to mind. Then take your time to feel into which of these cards you're the most drawn to. Once you've decided on your choice, the timestamps for each is in the description below. Go straight to that timestamp and I shall connect with you there to begin your reading. Hi and welcome Group 1. So this is the group that you've selected. I'm going to go ahead and turn these cards over. That will tell us the answer to your question. So I can see yes, no, and a yes. So 2 out of 3 point to yes as the answer to your question, Group 1. So now we're going to go ahead and turn over the Oracle cards for you. So firstly, we have TikTok. Fantastic. And this is Kindred Partnerships. So this could be a love reading, Group 1. And with the Good Tarot, let's turn these over. 2 of Fire, so that's 2 of Wands, 7 of Fire, 7 of Wands, all called, so that's Judgment card, and Page of Earth. All right, very similar colouring. Okay, so group number 1, I'm getting a real sense of a love connection here. I'm also getting a sense that it's coming about through divine timing with the TikTok card, which does suggest events that we don't have any control over. This is about the divine and universal timing. And given that it's coming up next to the High Priestess, and also near the call here, Judgment call. So this relationship that potentially is coming in for you, it just seems like this is the time for it to do so. Now with the 7 of Fire here, I'm thinking that this has been a desire of yours that you've held true to. You've had a clear understanding of what it is that you've wanted with the 7 of Fire and this unicorn above. Can you see? That's just so magical. This desire or this wish is something that you've held quite dear and clear to your heart. You had a very clear understanding of what it is that you wanted in a partner, and you weren't willing to come down to earth with it, in the sense of, can you see the unicorn hooves there that are up in the air? It's like you really aimed high, and which is fabulous, because the fact that you've done so, it looks like it's coming through for you, Group 1. Wow, that's fabulous. And I say that because Kindred Partnership is here, and that's where this indication to me of a love relationship is really coming through very clearly and very strongly here. It could be, when I look at the Knight of Swords, initially I'm thinking it's one, actually there's twofold here. It couldn't have come in any sooner, but now that this is in and around you, it's going to come in very quickly. And it's certainly something that you are ready for, given that you've had that desire for some time and you've held your ground on that. 2 of Fire, this is the 2 of Wands. You've been searching out in the world for this. You've been ready and available to seize the opportunity when it presents itself. See how that lantern's lighting the way there. So it looks like you've been viewing the options. Okay, so you might actually be aware of who this is. You might actually have your sights set on somebody, in fact. Getting the impression of that there. So I touched on the first interpretation of this Knight of Swords, that it could come in very quickly now, that it is the right time for it to do so. Secondly, given that this is the only court card on the table, I am thinking then that this actually could be that love connection of yours. Now, Knight of Swords could potentially be an air sign, or it's somebody who is very witty, has clear goals, You'll get a sense from this person that he knows exactly what, I'm saying here because it's Knight of Swords, but it's the energy, the essence of this person. This person knows exactly what they want. They're not afraid to go and get it. And they're very willing to express themselves too. I don't get the sense that they mince words at all. They're quite direct. But it seems to me that that's something that you quite like. Now you've got Page of Earth here, and I love that it's got similar themes here, colouring as TikTok. So it's like you've got Fairy here that's granting you a wish. You know, that's almost like a wand there, and it's your time. You're being gifted. There's a gift there for you to receive now. So that's really lovely. The Four of Pentacles. This is speaking more to stability, steadiness here for me with regards to their love connections. There is stability in this relationship to be had. And literally with the High Priestess here, it's like you're being swept off your feet. There you go. That is the reading and messages I have for you today, Group 1. All the best with this beautiful union. Take care of yourselves. Be safe, be well, and I'll connect with you again very soon. Hi and welcome, Group 2. So these are the cards that you have selected. Go ahead and turn these over to get the answer to your question. King of Pentacles, a yes. Nine of Wands is a no. Two of Cups is a yes. So 2 out of 3 of these cards is a yes. So that is the answer to your question, Group 2. So next up, we are going to turn over your Oracle cards. We've got Wisdom of the Oracle, Deep Knowing. So that's there. The Vast Universe Spirit. Well, that goes perfectly with that, doesn't it? Okay, so that's there. And then good tarot cards here. Okay, Judgment. Next to the Vast Universe, okay. 10 of Fire. My gosh, that looks like a beautiful 10 of Wands, doesn't it? All right, and so that's interesting. You've got 9 of Wands here and 10 of Wands. 4 of Fire, so that's 4 of Wands. Completely different energies, but that's fantastic. We like that. Empress. Actually, I'm just going to move these up here so these sit a bit better. Okay. Wow, Group 2, you are on the verge of something quite expansive and wonderful here. It looks like you have been doing the hard yards for some time. With the 9 of Wands, that's... See how wary he is there. So whatever it is that you've been dealing with, you've been holding on for a while. It's been a hard slog for you. Now this 10 of Fire, which is 10 of Wands in a normal deck. Now it's a beautiful looking 10 of Fire. And it suggests to me that, as is normally the case when you are carrying lots of burdens and you're going through the hard lessons in life, you actually gain a lot of knowledge from that. And that's what I see in this card. It gives me the impression that you have managed to turn whatever burdens that you've had to carry, you've actually turned them into something that you can use to either help others or benefit from yourself. So that is well used in terms of the energies that you've had to deal with this situation. It looks like you've turned it around, or you will be turning it around to benefit you in some way, as well as benefiting others. That's what I'm seeing here. Now you've got 4 of Wands, which does suggest happiness. There's happiness around the corner for you, Group 2. And with the Empress here, do you know, what's come to mind is for some of you, this could actually be a pregnancy with the Empress there and the 2 of Cups. And it's just, even with the 9 of Wands now, it's just coming to mind in terms of 9-10 months of pregnancy, that gestation period that is very trying. If this does resonate with some of you, then your pregnancy has been exceptionally arduous. It's been a difficult one. But I can see here you've got happiness coming through with the 4 of Wands, and you've got Empress, which is fertility. That's what's showing up here, and especially with Two of Cups too, because that speaks to a love connection. You know, the union there, creating that single unit. That's what's come to mind for some of you. For others, things are opening up for you in a big way. Like I said, with the initial interpretation before we veered into potential pregnancy, whatever is happening now in terms of abundance, you've got the Empress there, which does speak to abundance. It speaks to things that can be enjoyed in the physical realm. The Four of Fire is the Four of Wands, which speaks to celebrations. And with the King of Pentacles too. So that is stability, abundance. I'm just looking at that gold behind him. That is solid, sure, secure, tangible. It's tangible wealth. And given that the Judgment is straight underneath that, next to the vast universe, I mean, that really does speak to the universe is opening up for you, and your wishes are now becoming manifested. And it's because you've done paid your dues here with this, with the burdens that you've had to persevere through, the lessons that you've managed to learn, and the fact that you actually made the effort and stepped up to those lessons and persevered. My gosh, that's wonderful. So congratulations, Group 2. That's really well done. And as I was saying with this Ten of Wands here, there's so much that you've actually been able to gain from the lessons that you've had to go through. Along with that, you've got the deep knowing, which is that wisdom. So you've come out of this period with so much wisdom. And there's a sense of balance with yourself when it comes to that. For this interpretation, it's about dealing with your higher self there. That's what I'm seeing. So whatever joys and benefits that are coming now for you, Group 2, it is very well deserved. You are going to be enjoying that. And I do see this more as you being able to relax now, because this King of Pentacles does look very relaxed. He looks very well cared for, doesn't he? And so this is you now being able to relax on your throne of security, because you know, you've done the work here. King of Pentacles puts in the work to get where he's at and to gain what he's gained. Do you know, to benefit from all his abundance. He's the one that had to put in the effort to get there. And this is you. This is you, because you have put in the effort, clearly. 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands, right there. Congratulations, Group 2. That's a really fantastic outcome from the hard work and effort that you've put in. All right, so that is the reading and message that I have for you, Group 2. Take care of yourselves, be safe, be well, and I'll connect with you again very soon. Hi, and welcome to those of you in group number 3. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these cards over so you can see the answer to your question. All right, so I'm going to take that as a no, a yes, and a yes. So 2 out of these cards mean the answer to your question is a yes, group number 3. Okay, so next up we're going to go ahead and turn these cards over. Consciousness of lack. Next to the Devil card, interesting. Round and round here. Love the symbolism there. Can you see that? That round. Ah, okay, very good. Matching in a sense there. Now with the good tarot, let's turn these over. 4 of air, Page of water, 4 of fire, so that's 4 of wands, and lastly we've got 8 of fire. Okay, group number 3, I think there's a period of time here that you're coming out of some attachments to behaviors, thought patterns that aren't actually serving you. I'm looking at the consciousness of lack. That can speak to self-limiting beliefs, fear consciousness, feelings of lack. Given that that's come up next to the devil, I think these are the attachments, the things that you have been held down by, or things that have been weighing you down somewhat. And with the round and round here, this is suggesting, I'm looking at these three cards together actually, because these are suggesting patterns that have replayed themselves, the behaviors or fear consciousness here that has kept you in a cyclical pattern, repeating cycles. But it does look to me, given that you have the Fool here, which does point to new beginnings, I think those energies that I've described for you, they're now coming to an end. And for whatever reason, you are actually stepping out of that now. With the Queen of Cups on the table, I'm actually thinking that this is you finding your center more with regards to your emotions, taking more control over your emotions, taking ownership of your emotions. Yeah, because look, you've got Page of Water here right under the Queen of Cups. So this was you trying to find balance in the ocean, in the sea of life here. And this was you just trying to find your way. And now you've found it here with the Queen of Cups, I believe. Okay, so fabulous. It really did take a lot of, the word composure comes to mind, 4 of air, that's 4 of swords, some time out, a real command over your thoughts, clearing away those thought patterns. And given that it's right here next to consciousness of lack, you've done so well in clearing those out. So it's really great. That really is an indication to me that you're coming out of that time. And I love the fact that you have 2 4s, 4 of air and 4 of fire. And then look, you've got 8 of fire. So if you haven't completely moved out of these binds here, they are going to be cleared away super fast now with this reading. Seeing this reading in itself could be that last signals, that last burst of energy that dispels all of this heaviness here. So that's fabulous, because the 8 of Wands does speak to things moving through very quickly. And I love how the orbs here are like miniature solar suns around you. So that's helping to move that through. And look, you've got 4 of fire, which is 4 of Wands, which does speak to celebrations. Yeah, music to be created, music to be enjoyed. It's fabulous. So you've got new beginnings on the horizon, group number 3. Wherever you've been at in terms of burdens and repeating patterns, lower vibrational patterns of behavior, repeating thought loops that have been around you for some time. This really shows you coming out from that period of time and now moving into new beginnings here with the Fool, and that's reiterated here with the 4 of fire, 4 of Wands for celebration. So congratulations, group 3. You've done exceptionally well to bring yourself out of that and onto better and brighter pastures. So well done. So that is the reading for you, group 3. Take care of yourselves. Be safe and well. I look forward to connecting with you again very soon.